Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a how to build for Wedding Day Brunhild. I finally pulled her after a year for her being out, or just over a year actually, for being out, and I wanted to how to build for her because I pulled her in the recent Margaret banner, and some of you may have as well. So, let's get into it. Firstly, of course, what we always do is we always look at substats, decent pierce rate, decent resistance, crit chance a little bit on the lower side, but that's okay. Crit damage, he's running attack crit damage, so that's a little bit low as well. Crit resistance and crit defense, they're okay, they're definitely not the best, but they're definitely not the worst. Lifesteal's super good for a human. Humans are known for having like horrible lifesteal, so that's really good. Recovery rate and regenerate, I don't really care about. Onto her skills, so the first one she has is charge, which is kind of horrible. Charge is a skill that doesn't really do much. Yes, sometimes you can notice the difference, but it's only when the enemy has like ridiculously high defense. We're talking like the bird floor 1 phase 4 where it's like 500k defense. Then you can notice, oh yeah, it's actually ignoring it, it's actually dealing damage. If not, you wouldn't really notice that much. Her second card is probably her main DPS card, which is her weak point, which is insane. Weak point did get buffed quite a while ago, I think, but either before her release or after her release, weak point actually got buffed. Which is kind of insane because it was 85%, like 110 and like 180 or whatever it was. But yeah, now it's like super broken. Weak point itself is a very good skill, and giving it to Brunhild, especially with her passive and her relic, we'll get to that in a second though. Her roll is the same as Green Brunhild, which is inflict damage equal to 450%. Attack on one enemy and restores HP to all allies. 30% of the damage dealt, and of course. A 6/6, it's 80% of the damage dealt you heal for your entire team, which is okay. But she's not going to be your main healer because she already has a high lifesteal, and most Ragnarok characters have decent lifesteal, as not many of the good ones are humans. Onto her passive. Increase the hero's basic stats by 12% for every hero with the Ragnarok characteristic on the field. Of course, this is only your allies, but it does also include her as well, which is nice. And then decrease all enemies' attack-related stats and defense-related stats by 15% for one turn at the start of battle. What this means is that, or at the start of ally's turn, is that you're always going to have those two debuffs, so you can immediately proc your weak point, which is really nice. You know, especially if you mix that with Tier as well, you're looking at huge damage. You then mix Freya in there, so you get the 20% extra pierce rate. You're looking at a lot of damage, especially knowing that Ragnarok has some of the strongest AOE's in the game, being pierce and weak point. So she's kind of broken. She's also very good for PvE farming if you're trying to farm either gold quickly or there's a certain boss that allows you to use weak point, and weak point teams are good. For example, this new final boss, you can run Wedding Day Brunhild on with Freya and Tyr if you have Tyr. If you've got Merlin, you can run Festival Merlin, either OG or the more recent one. Her relic is also good as well. She can only be affected by one debuff at a time. What that pretty much means is that she's immune to Barn. Because Barn, when you play Barn's total concentration skill, that debuff that's applied will then get removed when he then tries using a second card. So she's pretty much immune to that, which is nice. She's also immune to Merlin as well, Festival Merlin. She's immune to those debuffs because she can only have one at a time. Also, when she does have a debuff, it increases the damage dealt by 20%, which is nice. So, maybe Barn's lowering your attack by like attack rate stats by 2%, but you're getting a 20% attack increase, which is insane. She's also very strong as well. I'm not sure how good her CC is, of course. Currently, she's not level 100 because I pulled a lot of characters in that banner, and I've been leveling up other ones as well. I also then pulled Cusack from the Demon King banner from the tickets, so it's like I got a lot of characters I have to level up, and I don't really have the resources to level her up. But of course, eventually I will get to level 100 because she is a decent character. Of course, if you can use her in PvE and in PvP. I wouldn't recommend in PvP though, unless of course you're running a full rank team and you're not in the highest of ranks. Gear-wise, my gear is okay. It's the gear that I of course have for Green Bryn, which I use for Demonic Beast. I mainly use Green Bryn for Bird. No, I don't even use it for Bird now. What do I don't think I use her at all now. Don't use her in Deer. Don't use her in Dogs. I don't use her in Nid. You can use her in Nidhogg if you have the right team, but you can't use Red. You can't use Green, unfortunately. But attack rate is definitely the way to go for Bryn. She's a DPS, and you get a lot of. You end up getting a minimum of 36% basic stats from just your rag team alone. Let's just say it's 4v4. You're getting 48% basic stats, which is a lot. Which is 2 times the amount of HP you'd get from HP gear. HP gear gives you 20%. That would give you 40% HP, which is insane. Onto her outfits, Hawk Pass, Valentine's Day one. Apart from that, all the rest of them can be obtained for free. This one was out in a recent event and it's over a year old now. UR, and the two SSR ones as well. Weapons wise, all of these ones are ones that you can just obtain either you could have obtained them through an event or through having the characters. When it comes to headgear, same thing. Once again, all of these are from normal. It's normal Brunhild, and you've got the I think that's her affinity one for Green Bryn. You then got two of these from Wedding Day Bryn. Wedding Day Bryn has two ones, and you've got of course that outfit, this bird outfit looking thing, as the other one, which are of course for free. Heroic stats wise, it's not too bad. The attack's very good, defense is very good, HP. It's okay. She doesn't really need HP, as both Bryns do give themselves a lot of basic stats. If I was to compare this Bryn with the other Bryn, who is here, she also gives herself 12% basic stats for every surviving ally as well, but she's PvE only. This one is PvP. Yes, she doesn't have Power Strike or Detonate, but she has Weak Point, which is, in my opinion, much better than both, because Weak Point doesn't care about anything. It just obliterates. 3 times damage, turn 1, that's already 270% multiplier AoE skill. Plus, if you've got a full rag team, you're running Tyr, you're probably running Freya as well, so you've got the extra pierce rate, you've got the extra stats, you've got, most likely you've got Nanashi in the back, so another 30% basic stats. You're looking at a very tanky Brunhild with a lot of DPS. Of course, you still probably want to run her with Sariel Link. You don't want to run Tamiel. Tamiel was mainly reserved for tanks or people who are going to get targeted. Brunhild might be targeted, but if you got Tyr as well, they're probably going to want to target Tyr. If they got Freya, you're probably also going to target Freya as well. So it's the problem with the rag teams. People prioritize different people when they're wiping them out. But anyway, thank you for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.